we're driving the road from Lake Louise through to Jasper. We can't get all the way to Jasper because there's been some fires, but we've been told that this is a very beautiful scenic drive to go on, so that's what we're doing today. We're resting our legs and we're going to do a bit of a scenic drive.
We are on the way.
From the car doesn't give the drive any justice. We're completely surrounded by mountains. There's lakes on the left hand side that you can see through the trees as we're going past. Of course I can't be waving the camera around while I'm driving. That would be a bit of lunacy, but we'll stop at some spots and hopefully get some nice shots of what we're driving through. One of the mountains coming into view now, but that's actually really small. Just beside it, which is coming into view now, is a much larger mastiff. So it's like this on both sides. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely amazing in winter.
I guess in winter it's not covered by ice.
Everything would be covered in snow, yeah. It's hard to make it out on the camera. It's not. It just looks like a strip of snow, but it's actually massive glacier. Crowfoot Glacier.
I suspect.
Right. So we're actually driving to the glacier part, aren't we?
We are in the glacier part.
So this is all part of the glacier. I thought it was a bit further up.
They call it the Iceland.
The Icelands? I mean, there's another glacier up there.
Iceland, Icefield.
Icefields. Right. So we've identified a couple of walks that we're going to do. Bow Lake and, was it Peyton Lake? Peyto Lake.
I mean, there's a lot. Every single one of them, almost every single one of them has
But there's one that's a hike to the glacier, isn't it?
The Bow Glacier has got Bow Glacier Falls, but I don't know if you can walk to the glacier. From what I understand, the Athabasca Falls, you can walk to the glacier.
Okay.
But that is way up at Jasper National Park.
No, we're not going that far. Well, we're in the Rocky Mountains here in Canada, so Canadian Rockies, and we're up in the ice fields, hence the big woolly jacket. And we're about to go on a walk to one of the glaciers, and we're actually surrounded by glaciers. They're everywhere, so hopefully it's not a very long walk. and the reward is outstanding. So we're heading to what's called the toe of the Athabasca Glacier, I think is how it's pronounced, Athabasca Glacier, so the bottom of the glacier. Right. In 1840, the glacier reached all the way down past the highway. In 1982, it stretched halfway between where I am and the car park behind me. And in 1992, this is where it stretched to. Now, of course, the glacier is sitting there behind me. There's a bit of a glacial lake just beneath it and a river running off to, I think it'll be on your right. Now, there's a constant wind coming through. Now, the reason for that is the air at the top of the glacier is cold and it runs down the front of the glacier and gets colder and colder and colder, and of course, cold air drops, warm air rises, so you end up with this almost like an Arctic blast continuously heading away from the glacier. So the glacier was in this position in 2006. Now it's currently shrinking at a rate of about 5 meters per year, so that's 18 years, 18 times 5, almost 100 meters. So we got about 100 meters from here to the glacier, but we've got to walk around the lake and the river, so it'll take us a bit longer than 100 meters. Alright, so to go beyond where we were, you actually have to join a guided tour. Now Jaynee and I have been on numerous glaciers previously. We went onto the Fox Glacier in New Zealand, Franz Josef Glaciers in New Zealand. We've done a helicopter ride up to the top of one of the glaciers in New Zealand, and apart from the helicopter ride, everything was free. However, if you've not done a glacier walk, probably worth your 125 Canadian dollars per person to go and do it. But like I said, we've already done like 3-4 glaciers where it was completely free. So we're going to give that one a little bit of a miss. Now, as you're walking up to the glacier, you'll come across a lot of these rocks. So this is not a great example of it, but you'll see there's these little scratches and things. Now, what's happening here is when the glacier passed over the top of this rock, it brought smaller rocks with it, and those smaller rocks made these scratches. And these are actually called striations, and they're everywhere. Here's another example of the striations. You can see the scratches that have been made into the stone by the other stones passing over the top. And a much larger indication of it, so you can see the lines are going this way. All of the lines are going this way, like train tracks. And this is actually part of the initial part of the stone, but these scratches are running this way. So Jaynee found a walk to go on, so we've been sucked into that now.
It's just going back to the car park. Stop complaining.
Oh, okay. So we've just got back to the car and it's immediately started to rain and the weather is closing in, so our timing was perfect. Coffee time. So up here in the Glacier Discovery Centre, there's actually a Starbucks, so you don't have to bring your own. We did, so we're drinking our own as we drive back to Lake Louise. You can buy all of the excursion tickets in the Discovery Centre, and there's also the top floor is like a hotel, which I think would be absolutely fantastic in the middle of winter. Just sitting up there, drinking your hot chocolate, looking outside with everything white and everything outside cold, and you're nice and toasty pie warm inside.